What is up? My name is John from Cinema Saturday, and today I have a review for Thelma. Thelma is a movie about an elderly woman who was recently widowed about 2 years ago, and now she is living on her own at her own home. She still has her family support. She has her daughter, her son-in-law, and her grandson. And her grandson is very prevalent in this movie. They have a wonderful relationship together. The movie follows her as she is dealing with the times and dealing with getting older. Her family thinks that she needs to maybe be put into a nursing home or something like that. But this grandson is like, no, we don't need to do that. But lo and behold, like a lot of people do nowadays, she was scammed. Someone called pretending to be her grandson, saying that they were in jail and that she needed to mail $10,000 in cash to a address in order to get him out of jail. Of course, the family finds out the whole thing is fake, but Thelma, she's not going to take it. She's not going to be one of those old people that just sits around and let things happen and just go, oh, it was a mistake. No. She takes her destiny into her own hands and she goes to get that money back. And of course, hijinks ensue. I had a really good time watching this movie. This movie, I'm sure, has gone under everyone's radar because I don't really see many people talking about it. It stars June Squibb, who is someone that you probably have seen many times before, but I believe I read correctly, this is her first leading role in a feature film. So, props to her. It's might have taken a while, but you got there, and that's what matters. So, like I said, this movie is really good. All the acting is very great. She's great. You know, even though it's a movie that went under the radar, I wouldn't say the acting is horrible. I wouldn't say it's bad. It's good. It's average. It services the material. You know, it's not like one of those B-level movies. So you can look forward to that. I thought this movie was kind of funny. It was pretty funny. I wasn't laughing out loud the whole time, but I definitely had some chuckles, a couple of laugh out loud moments. But either way, I was smiling the whole time. Everything that was happening in this film, I was loving it. I was into it. It was so good. There was some action in this movie as well. Not like crazy action, because you know, most of her and her friend that she ends up taking along on her adventure are both elderly. You know, they're both 65 plus. And so they really get to show that, you know, they kind of still got it. They can still move around. They're not sedentary old people. So we love that. We love that. And I think that's definitely one of the messages to take out of this movie is that no matter how old you get, you can still be about that life. You know, you can still live your life. You can still go do things. You know, there are some limitations, but if you can do it still, why not try? And so I really love that. I think this movie is for the whole family. You can take your mom, you can take your dad, you can take your grandparents to this movie. I think you all have a lovely time. The only caution I would be that I would say about this movie is that this movie is for, like I said, for older people, but only for those older people who will not get depressed about facing the realities of becoming older, because this movie lays heavily into that, because you know, getting older isn't something you can avoid. So it definitely brings up that point multiple times that, you know, maybe Thelma shouldn't even be trying to go on this adventure to get her money back because she's so old and she should just let it go. But no, she doesn't do that. She doesn't do that at all. So yeah, take your grandparents. Take. This is a movie for the whole family. I think everyone would enjoy it. Everyone would get a kick out of it. The score for this movie, the music, the soundtrack is fantastic. For this movie going in, I was not expecting the tone of the music to have such a spy thriller soundtrack. And I think that pluses this movie tenfold. I caught myself jamming out to some of the moments in the movie because I was like, oh yeah, this composer put his foot in this soundtrack. It was so good. And I just had a great time, and I think you'll have a great time too. If you were thinking about going to see this movie, if you are on the edge, if you are trying to find a movie that the whole family will enjoy, I think this is it. I will say, there are 2 F-bombs in this movie. Definitely emotionally charged and warranted. They did not just throw them out there for no reason. They chose when to put those F-bombs in there, and they were good spots, and I didn't feel like I was assaulted in the ears, or they just threw a F-bomb in there just because they could. Because this movie is rated PG-13. But yeah, that's all I got for you today for my Thelma review. Go check it out. I had a great time. I had a lovely time. My name is John from Cinema Saturday, and as always, have a good one.